Okay, in this video, I want to show you how to find the inverse of a function. So we're going to start out with a simple equation. So we just have a straight line here, and we're going to start always by switching the x and y. So switch x and y. So that means this is going to be x equals 4y minus 8. Okay? Then your second step is going to be solve for y. Okay? So I need to add 8. So I'm going to have x plus 8 equals 4y, and then I'm going to divide by 4. And so x plus 8 divided by 4 is equal to y. So if they gave it to you in terms of f of x, they would have said f of x is equal to 4x minus 8, and then you would call f of x y, and then do everything we said, and now this would be f inverse. So f to the negative 1 of x is equal to f inverse. That's the notation for f inverse, okay? So that's how you do one that is a line. Let's do one that is another line, but it has some fractions and negatives in it. So negative 1/2 x minus 3/4. So we're going to switch our x and y. So, whoops. So x is equal to negative 1/2 y minus 3/4. I would like to clear my fraction, so I'm going to multiply everything by 4. So that's going to give me 4x and negative 2y minus 3. So I multiplied everything by 4. And now I'm going to add 3. So 4x plus 3 is equal to negative 2y. And then I'm going to divide everything by negative 2. Now you could just leave it like this, okay? 4x plus 3 over negative 2 is equal to y, which might be called f inverse of x, okay? Some people like to divide it out. So if you divide negative 2 into both those things, you have negative 2x minus 3/2 is equal to y. So either of those would work. Oops, sorry, I can't see that. Either of those would work for the inverse. And it is called, the symbol is f inverse like that, f to the negative 1. Okay, so let's do one that's a little bit trickier. So we could have some fractions involved. Actually, let's do a square root from first. So let's do y equals the square root of 4 minus x. So we're going to switch the x and y. And now I need to square both sides. So x squared is equal to 4 minus y. Then I like my y to be positive, so I'm going to move my y over here. So y plus x squared is equal to 4, and then move the x squared over. So y is equal to 4 minus x squared. So that would be my inverse function. Now keep in mind, what this means is if you plug a number in for x and get a y, then it undoes it over here. So let's say x is equal to negative 5. Okay? If x is equal to negative 5, then if I use this function, y is equal to the square root of 4 minus negative 5. So y is equal to the square root of 9, because 4 plus 5 is 9, which is equal to 3. So this would have the ordered pair negative 5, 3 on it. Here, if I plug in the other way around, if I plug in 3 for x, 4 minus 3 squared is 4 minus 9, which is negative 5. So my y is negative 5. So I plugged in 3 and I got negative 5. So this is why we start by switching our x and y. That's exactly what the inverse does. If one function has the point negative 5, 3 on it, the other function has the point 3, negative 5 on it. It's sort of like if you learned functions as an input-output. So you input a number and you get an output. So in this case, we inputted negative 5 and we got 3. The inverse function is just when you go the other way. So we input 3 and will give us negative 5. It just undoes the function. Okay? So let's do one with a fraction. So let's do y equals 2x minus 1 over x plus 3. So we'll switch our x and y. We get x equals 2y minus 1 over y plus 3. So the first thing we have to do is get rid of this denominator. So I'm going to multiply both sides by y plus 3. So if I distribute that x through there, I get xy plus 3x equals 2y minus 1. Now I'm trying to get my y alone, so I need to get everything over on one side that has a y in it and everything over to the other side that doesn't have a y in it. So I'm going to move the 2y over, and I'm also going to move the 3x over. So negative 3x minus 1. So I did two things at once. I moved the 2y over and made it negative. I moved the 3x over and made it negative. Now I can factor a y out, because everything on that side should have a y in it. So now if I want to get my y alone, I'm going to divide by x minus 2. And so that is my inverse function. 2x minus 1